I've come to the conclusion in life that world peace is unattainable. Yes. Yes. Do you ever remember back whenever we were little children in elementary school when they would like make us do little coloring books, or the little funny cute little signs that were like peace on earth, goodwill to all men, world peace, yada yada yada. I've come to the conclusion now that I'm older and I have gained more wisdom that world peace is never ever 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 going to happen. Never. We will never reach world peace. Some certain scenarios and things that used to maybe have conflict in the past, might become better resolved, and we might find better solutions to counteract the issues that we have seen prior in the past. But we will never get to the point in society where we can all just be happy and peaceful and live and agree in total love, unity, and happiness. That's not going to happen. Why? You might be asking, why? Why, Emmy? Why is it this way? Well, let me tell you. In the world, there are people with too many varying opinions, okay? Nobody can agree on the same thing. No one can come to a consensus or a conclusion. I mean, just look at NATO. NATO can never come to a conclusion. The government can never come to a conclusion. Big pharma can never come to a conclusion. Whatever the heck, I don't even know. I just putting something out there, but there will never be a full conclusion. Then, second off, the way people are raised differently in many different forms. The way you were raised is not the way I was raised. Maybe I personally find it very respectful to say hi to people because that's just how I was raised. I was raised to be nice to people. But you might have been raised to not say hi to people. Maybe somebody gives you a ride and you don't even say thank you because that's just not how you were raised. I might personally view that as rude, but to you, that's everyday, day-to-day life because that's just who you are. That's just how you were raised and brought up. So that's another thing. Another thing is childhood. Whatever affected you, impacted you in your childhood is going to formulate the type of adult you grow up to be. Okay, so, like for me personally, I was raised in a very strict Christian conservative household. You might have been brought up in a very hippie, free, liberated, free thinker type of environment or society or household. And because of this, our different opinions from how we looked at things from when I was a child and when you were a child to now is going to be completely different. And there are just so many different factors that attribute to this. And because of this, we just can never come to a consensus. We are people with varying beliefs. We have different things that we're good at. We have things that we're bad at. We are just a society that is going to be so divided regardless. Okay, like obviously, we can talk about it. Racism, that's the thing. Misogyny, that's the thing. Anti-Semitism, that's a thing. Global political issues, that's another thing. It's just it's a conjoined variety of many different factors that consistently shape the globe that we live in. And because we have so many different things going on, and 8 billion people living within this planet and counting. Do you think all 8 billion people are going to be friends? Do you know how many 8 billion people? You can't even comprehend that number. You can't even think of that number. That's a number that is just so out there, so wild. Nobody can even comprehend that. Even some calculators can't even comprehend a number that big. So, 8 billion people, that's a lot. And are you going to be friends with 8 billion people? Do 8 billion people want to be friends with you? No. You're going to lose some, you're going to gain some. You win some, you lose some. That's just the way of the world. And that's exactly why you can't care too much about people's opinions, because we're never going to agree. We will never completely, totally agree as a society in the totality of it, and the population demographics and everything that we see within the society with all the factors that play into everything. We're so different. We're all so different. Always going to be different. And it's nice to, embrace and love and accept that we do have differences. But sometimes my differences can be so out of the norm for your differences. Like, for example, as a matter of fact, even the way that I'm speaking now, personally, as a person, I'm full of passion. So I talk with a lot of, hand gestures, movement, facial expressions. You might say that I'm doing too much. But for me, this is my normal. This is just how I am. I've already met a lot of people who say I do too much, that I need to chill out, that I need to mellow out. People have even asked me if I'm on drugs. Ask me if I'm on drugs again. Ask me if I'm on drugs again. And I'll tell you, no, I'm not. This is just who I am. I'm just a very hyperactive, fun, outgoing person. You might not agree with that, though. And that's totally fine. I might be pissed, I may be annoyed at you, and I'm going to defend myself. Like, if you're actively coming at me just because of who I am. And you can actively defend yourself, too, if I'm coming at you or if somebody's coming at you as well. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, with everything that's happening with the world, with the way things are, we'll never agree. We'll never, never agree. One thing I personally don't agree with is the utilization and the upbringing of AI and how it's definitely going to inevitably render humans useless. But the people at these big tech companies and corporations are happy to see this development because, well, they're making money. Money's coming into their pockets. But for people like me, I'm getting worried that when I get out of college, my jobs might have been taken away by AI. And already so many jobs are being taken away from AI. But that's a whole different discussion for next time. But anyways, world peace is not going to happen. Stop raising your hopes up. That's something that would never happen. Let's just all, mellow down and realize that we need to understand that we're all different and we're not all going to get along. And that's just the way of the world. Until you die, wherever you go. As long as you're alive on this earth, you will never find world peace. World peace is unattainable. Unattainable too. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Sorry for the doom and gloom, but that's just the way it is. We gotta be realistic. Reality over the facts. Fact checking for some of you guys. Anyways, always find a way to make the world a better place. But remember, you can't reach everybody. And that's fine. That's just the way it is. Okay? And you're not gonna agree with everyone. But yeah, okay. This is Yummy Akin Yeye. Done with my little rant. Signing off. See y'all next time. Bye.